I don't know if this is working or not, but I am coming on live. So I am actually trying out a whole new system, and I need 10,000 followers on TikTok in order to make this thing work for all the platforms. But so we're working on that. So if you guys are over on TikTok, just head over there and click that follow button. Help me get to 10,000. I think I'm at like 7,928. But right now, I'm live streaming, I think, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok all at once. And I think it's working. So, anyways, what I wanted to come with you guys on and talk to you guys about today was a little bit about me. Who am I? What am I doing? And I'm challenging myself, which is something that I haven't done in a long time. I used to come on and do Facebook Lives a lot when Facebook Live was a thing. And guys, don't mind my eyebrows. I got my eyebrows done today, so they're a little on the dark side. However, I used to come on to Facebook Live all the time and have conversations, especially when I was back doing, when I was in the direct sales business with the makeup company, right? So I would be on here all the time doing my makeup, asking questions, having conversations. And so I am challenging myself to get back on here and try and go live 30 days in a row. So that is a big challenge that I am doing right now. So, hi, my name is Leanne Hayden. If you do not know that, it's great to meet you. And if you are not following me yet, go click that follow button. Go click that follow button because there's a lot of things that I talk about and I post about. And I think the more we are aware of what we have to offer, who we are, and people can get to know you, then life seems to be better that way. So I actually have I am a cancer survivor. So I'm going to give you a little detail if you don't know me. I am a cancer survivor. I had a very rare sarcoma tumor in my pelvis floor that was removed almost 8 years ago. It was the type of cancer where radiation and chemo wouldn't have worked to try and fix it. So I was blessed enough to be able to get enough of the margin out so that, I didn't need to have surgeries. I mean, I didn't need to have chemo and radiation because they got the entire tumor out. However, that in turn left me in an ostomy. Right. So that left me in an ostomy bag for the rest of my life. And so with that, I've been in an ostomy bag for almost 8 years now, and I've learned a lot about myself. I think surviving cancer, you learn that you want to travel around the world. You want to, do the things that you wouldn't normally do. And again, if you're coming on and joining me live, go hit the follow button. If you're not following me already, I would appreciate that. Right. So anyways, regardless, so I had cancer and I survived cancer and now I'm in an ostomy. And so over the last 8 years, I've done so many different things. I'm also a wife, been with my husband for 22 years, mother of 5 adult children, and we have a couple of grandchildren now. Grew up right outside of Boston. So I'm a Gen X woman, right? So I'm 52 years old, Gen X woman, grew up right outside of Boston. So every once in a while you may hear my Boston accent come out. Sorry, it is what it is. It is what it is. We happen to have that park the car kind of thing. And every once in a while that accent does come out. So I lived in Boston, right outside of Boston for most of my life. Now we're in New Hampshire. That's where we raised the children, and lived in New York City for 3 years. After my cancer, after all the kids moved out, all the adults moved out, we decided to sell our house in New Hampshire and we moved to New York City and lived in New York City for 3 years. So that was an amazing thing. Did it through COVID, lived there through COVID. So that was definitely an experience that we appreciated. We learned a lot. I'll tell you that. So we learned a lot about each other. We learned a lot about ourselves. We learned a lot about how a community of diverse people, different people can come together all at once, right? So we learned a lot about that, which was an amazing thing to see. And the other thing about me is I was in corporate sales. I was in corporate sales for the majority of my adulthood. And then about 12 years ago, I was introduced to network marketing. Wasn't going to do that Tupperware thing. Guys, that's what I said. Not doing that Tupperware thing. Forget it. Not happening. And here I have spent the last 12 years doing that Tupperware thing. And I enjoy it. And I love what I get to do. And I love the people that I've met over the last 12 years. I took a couple of years off of that industry because I was trying to find my way, trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do, and just recently got back into the industry in March. So building with a great team, with a friend that I've known for a very long time. We've built together before. And so, yeah, so I'm doing that with my friends. And yeah, that's almost all of it. Along with having the ostomy, it made me want to come out into social media over the last few years and really help break the stigma of living life in an ostomy, right? Because I think a lot of people think about ostomy bags and not being able to live the life that you truly want to live. And that is so not right. I think I've lived bigger, louder, and have done more things since having the ostomy. And so I now have a podcast. So I've had a podcast for the last 3 years. It's called The Beautiful Bag. Hopefully, you guys, if you haven't listened to any of the episodes and you're interested in what life is like for people in ostomies, over the last 3 years, I've had people come on, share their stories, do all that. So go over and subscribe to that podcast called The Beautiful Bag. And that also has its own pages on on Instagram and on TikTok called The Beautiful Bag Podcast. So there is that as well. And hello, it's great to meet everybody that is following me right now. I haven't done a live in so long. It's kind of fun. And last, because I'm going to keep this one a short one, again, challenging myself to do this for 30 days in a row. So I need to get started and then things will get better. I promise these lives will get better. I will be teaching things, sharing more things that are more important than, just talking and trying to get myself comfortable with this again, because it's been a bit. So, and then the last thing that I did have was a podcast called Leanne in the City. Hence, I lived in New York City, lived in Manhattan. So I had a podcast called Leanne in the City, really helping people with business tips, doing all that kind of like giving business tips, businesses online, how to build businesses online, personal development, all that stuff. And I'm going to be bringing that back. Talked to someone, my mentor last night, talked to a coach last night, not a mentor, talked to a coach last night, and he said to bring that back. He goes, you for sure should be bringing that podcast back because there's a lot of value in there. So I will be doing that as well. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you're having a fantastic, what is today? Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow, I am getting up bright and early from New Hampshire and driving into Manhattan. So I have a brunch meeting in Manhattan in the morning, and then meetings all afternoon in New Jersey. So be heading there, but I will be coming on live with something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a book that I'm reading. Maybe it's something I'm learning. Maybe it's just coming on to say hello. But again, promise these lives will get better. I just need the practice again because it's been a minute since I've done it. So have a fantastic rest of your day.